Greetings all you fans out there in radio lands. It's time for the 2008 NFL mock draft. I know y'all been curious, so let's start the show. With the first pick, the Dolphins will take tackle Glenn Dorsey. This pick seems to be a consensus among writers. The Dolphins don't really need a runner, so McFadden is out. Miami needs something at almost every position, but they'll start in the trenches with Dorsey. With the second pick, the Rams will take offensive tackle Jake Long. Orlando Pace is wearing down and Bolger needs someone to keep him on his feet. Long is the front runner at this position. He can stand there for years. The third pick, the Jets will take Darren McFadden. McFadden will fall no further than 3 or 4 no matter who's here. The Jets have a bunch of running backs, but they'll run man genius out of Jersey if he doesn't make this pick. The fourth pick, the Falcons will take defensive tackle Cedric Ellis. The Falcons need a quarterback, but they need defense worse. Petrino received a lot of criticism for letting Grady Jackson go. Ellis can plug up the front and attract blockers away from Anderson and Abraham. With the fifth pick, the Patriots will likely trade down, but if they don't, they'll take Keith Rivers, the linebacker. Rivers will impress during the combine and can back up some of the older backers. With the sixth pick, the Ravens will take free safety Kenny Phillips. Baltimore's pass D has been struggling lately. They could use a passer as well, but I think they'll try out Troy Smith before looking for a new one. Phillips is the best defensive back in this year's draft. He'll combine with Ed Reed to make up one of the most intimidating backfields in football. Would you pass into that? With the seventh pick, the Chiefs will take defensive back Reggie Smith. The Chiefs continue to suffer on the defensive side of the ball, and Ty Law and Pat Surtain are well into their 30s. Smith can contribute at corner or safety, and the Chiefs can finally draft a defensive back in the first round. Coach Edwards should like this pick, but don't be surprised if a QB goes here. With the eighth pick, the Raiders will take receiver Early Doucette. The Raiders will look for an offensive weapon to compete in the West. Though Malcolm Kelly is probably the best receiver, Doucette and Jamarcus Russell have a history, and the Raiders need help in the return game from the speedy wideout. With the ninth pick, the Bengals will take linebacker James Laurinaitis. The Bengals need whatever they can get on defense. Laurinaitis can step right in and clog up some of those running lanes in Cincy. He'll be right at home. With the 10th pick, the Bears will take receiver Malcolm Kelly. The Bears are desperate for offensive help. I believe that Lovie Smith will go after a veteran QB or work with their current stable, so a pass is out of the question. Kelly should be a good complement to Muhammad, Hester, Berrien, and Olsen, and they need playmakers in Shanti. With the 11th pick, the Cardinals will take cornerback Antoine Casey. The Cardinals have a high-powered offense, but their D needs more big players. The sticky-fingered Casey has been a top prospect for a couple years, and he won't even have to lead a state. With the 12th pick, the Broncos will take linebacker Dan Connor. The Broncos will be looking for a defensive back to back up their aging backfield, but they'll all be gone by then. Connor should be about the best defensive player left, and the Broncos love linebackers. With the 13th pick, Carolina will take Deshaun Jackson, the receiver. Despite spending the top pick in 2007 on a receiver, the Panthers will be looking for more weapons to add on that side of the ball for whoever is the play caller next year. Plus, the Panthers have one of the worst return arsenals in the league, and Jackson is the best man for the job. At 14, Detroit will take defensive end Calais Campbell. The Lions need help pretty much everywhere on defense, and Campbell is too good to pass up. He's a beast at 6'7", plus he has the speed to scare opposing QBs, which will help the pass coverage guys. With the 15th pick, the Eagles will take receiver Mario Manningham. Philadelphia hasn't really had a great receiver since T.O., and although McNabb may be ghost next year, whoever's there will need someone other than Westbrook to give the ball to. Manningham is one of the best receivers this year. At 16, the Saints will take linebacker Xavier Adibi. The Saints should have drafted for defense last year, but didn't. They need help in the secondary, but the linebacking core is horrible, and Adibi may be a leader from day one who can help with pass coverage. With the 17th pick, the Bills will take defensive end Chris Long. If Long falls this far, the Bills will be delighted to have the star DN. Long is a force off the edge, and nobody in the Bills jersey has significant sack numbers this year. At 18, the Texans will take running back Ray Rice. Schaub is working nicely in the Texans offense. However, their running backs are getting old and slow, and Dominique Davis may not be the answer. Rice will probably add to his own appeal at the combine and should be the second runner taken. At 19, the Redskins will take offensive tackle Gosder Sharilis. I believe I said that right. Jason Campbell needs some protection up front to get the ball to those dangerous receivers of his. Although the Redskins could use some pass rushers, linebacker Rocky McIntosh is working out well, and there'll be plenty in the later rounds to choose from. At 20, the Titans will take receiver Lyman Swede. Vince Young's old school buddy is a matchup problem at 6'5". His good hands and physicality should do well to improve the Titans' lackluster offense. With the 21st pick, the Vikings will take tight end Martin Rucker. The Vikes have had problems drafting receivers recently, but targets for Tavares Jackson are necessary. Rucker can provide short yardage security and also block for the emerging offense up north. At 22, the Seahawks will take Mike Hart. Seattle is the elite in their division, thanks largely to an impressive defense and veterans on offense. However, Shaun Alexander is aging and noticeably. The backup Maurice Morris is alright, but the Hawks will not likely pass up on a player like Hart. Look for the workhorse to get burned immediately. With the 23rd pick, the Cowboys will take cornerback Malcolm Jenkins. Dallas has a sick front seven, but behind that it's a toss-up. Roy Williams packs a punch, but they give up all type of big plays. Jenkins is one of the best prospects this year and comes out of a great program. At 24, the Steelers will take cornerback Aqib Talib. The Kansas corner is one of the best at his position, and he catches as well as he defends. Talib will contribute to a Steelers pass D that's been exposed without their star safety Palomalu. He might even step up as a return man. With the 25th pick, the Bucs will take quarterback Andre Woodson. Another quarterback? Yeah, the Bucs have enough passers to supply the whole NFC, but none that can be counted on for the future. In addition, Woodson has that big arm that the Bucs have been lacking. At 26, the Giants will take offensive tackle Sam Baker. New York needs help on defense, but most of the good DBs are gone by now anyway. And Eli sorely needs someone to protect them. Baker's one of the best. At 27, San Diego will take Sean Crable, the linebacker. The Chargers don't need much. Still, aside from Sean Merriman, who's more of a rusher than a tackler, San Diego lacks linebackers. Crable comes from a good program and can rush or defend. With the 28th pick, Jacksonville will take linebacker Ali Highsmith. Coach Del Rio has a good defense as it is, but not too many names at linebacker. Highsmith is fast enough to add to the pass rush and versatile enough to play coverage. At 29, the Green Bay Cheeseheads will take free safety Jonathan Heffney. Yeah, you probably never heard of him. Just another surprise pick from Coach McCarthy. The Packers are giving up one too many big pass plays, and Heffney should help to shrink that second level a bit. With the 30th pick, the Cowboys will pick quarterback Mike Jenkins. The Cowboys' pass D is that bad, and Jenkins is that good. I don't doubt that Phillips will go after two DBs in the first round to solve that position for a while. With the 31st pick, the Indianapolis Colts will take quarterback Matt Ryan. Although it will surprise many, this pick was inevitable. Peyton Manning will surely remain the starter, but he's approaching his mid-30s and can't play forever. Jim Sorgi is not the long-term answer, and this year's QB crop is too impressive to not pick one high. Ryan should still be available, and will learn a lot under the tutelage of Manning. Finally, with the 32nd pick, the 49ers of Santa Barbara will take receiver Earl Bennett. The junior Vanderbilt prospect has shown astronomical ability to excel against tough SEC defenses. His skills are polished enough to help out the suffering 49ers offense. There you have it. You might not agree, and it might change up a bit with trades and such. But right now, that's how I think it's going to go. See you in April.
So I'm watching her fine ass walk to my bedroom and thought to myself, that's the shape of things to come. She said, why in the club you don't make it precipitate? You know, make it rain when you can make it thunderstorm. I'm like,